Hey, my name is Jobby, and the Transformers MPG 14 God Bomber is a bit of a letdown. And I really hate to say that. Its direct predecessor, the Super Ginrai, was awesome. That guy combines with this guy to form God Ginrai, who is still definitely not Optimus Prime. That sounds epic, but is it really? What is guaranteed to be epic is the sponsor of this video, Fabletics. They've got a wide variety of shirts, shorts, jackets, and much more. And all of it is made of high-quality, breathable material that feels comfortable to wear, especially when you're working out, which I have been. Thanks for noticing. You could even wear it after you work out. They look good anywhere. And if you sign up to Fabletics as a VIP, you get an amazing intro offer, 70 to 80% off the whole site. You'll save up to 50% daily as a VIP member. Each month, your membership gives you 1 credit for a 2-piece outfit or any product up to $100. The membership is flexible. Skip any month between the 1st and the 5th without being charged. That's way more flexible than I am. Other VIP perks includes monthly drops, early access to styles, VIP-only sales, and free membership to their Fit app. So if you want to get dripped out in your own sweat, check out Fabletics through the link in the description to get 70 to 80% off the whole site when signing up to be a VIP. There's a special version of this figure that has subtle paint differences and is packaged in a bigger box that fits both God Bomber and Super Ginrai, who's separately sold, not included. I don't care. Link in the description to this normal version. That price is slightly better. And I linked the special version for anyone with brain damage. All 600,000 of you. Thanks for watching. Out of the box, the only thing you get is a trailer and anti-aircraft gun 3 minifigures. But that's because the trailer is the figure, whose painting and sculpting is awesome. Sure, it's obviously combiner parts crumpled together into one unit. There's the arms, the feet, the chest. But I still think it's pretty cool. Especially these aerodynamic wings, which you could fold down and flip around to make them go fast. Whoa! As for those previously mentioned minifigures, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot, put it in my ass. I've never watched Super God Master Bait. You should expect this by now. But this Power Rangers Super Sentai display looks great. R.I.P. I never watched that either. Each minifigure has a tiny tab at the base, which means you could stick them into Ginrai if you wanted. Fun! But like, actually. You could also stick this big-ass gun to this hole. And you could also stick this included card stats on the back in your ass. The so-called God Cannon makes this vague combiner box tough as hell. I really don't mind that this trailer mode is a glorified excuse to stash away God Ginrai's limbs, but couldn't that excuse be solid? After coming off the impressively stable Super Ginrai, these subpar connections are a major reason why God Bomber is such a letdown. And this is after I lined everything up and plugged everything in. This guy does have pegs and tabs and pegs and tabs and pegs and tabs. They just don't work. I was having so much fun up until this point, as you can see on my Just Playing stream on JobbytheHong. Like, comment, subscribe. I suppose he's not a complete bomb. He can roll around at the speed of sound and hook up with Ginrai. Happy Valentine's Day. Attach this included adapter, flip out this boyoyoing, and after connecting that, we're not even done. Bring in the Ginrai trailer, flip this out, and now we got a bona fide train. As long as you don't gently pet God Bomber, this rolls around perfectly fine. Man, I like trains.
Especially running.
Size comparison time. Here's Figma-matic Economy, Haya Toys Godzilla, the Masterpiece MP10 Optimus Prime, and the Transformers MPG Ginrai, of course. It's frustrating that something so boxy doesn't feel like it, but since it wants to explode so badly, let's bring in these instructions. A proper booklet, very base, and get into the surprisingly fun transformation. After that parts for me process, which I really don't mind. It's justified by the combination. The robot mode is good. Apparently, this guy is a sparkless drone, according to the lore of Master Base. So why does this head sculpt have so much soul? Looks great. And if they use this lovely shade of teal throughout the entire figure, this could have looked more iconic. Not gonna lie, the design's a bit boring. It's one of the Transformers of all time. At least the God cannon sticks out. If you find it to be an eyesore, I don't. You could detach it and plug it into his... just make sure you really push on that tab. There you go. The tip is detachable, just like mine. You also get this massive katana. While you were watching your Chinese robot cartoons, I was studying the blade. And getting no bitches. No Tesla either. It's so over. And for his final weapon, Booby. This panel's also removable, which isn't in the instructions for some reason. Foreshadowing a future combination? I hope not. Unlike the trailer mode and the fully combined mode, the robot mode is actually pretty solid. This is what I would expect from a $200 Transformers Masterpiece figure.
But Debbie, it's Transformers MPG, not Masterpiece!
Fuck. It might not have the most fun design, but it's a lot of fun to play with and pose. Swivel at the head, neck pivot, can look up that far and look down that far. Wings can spread, rotation at the shoulder, butterfly joint, the arm can move out here, and and also here. Bicep swivel, bend at the elbow. Elbow swivel, swivel at the wrist. Hinge joint, another hinge joint at the thumb. Hinge joint at the index finger. And a hinge joint at the rest of his fingers, not individually articulated. Waist swivel, front skirts move up. And he had to move up the back skirt to unlock the side skirt, which frees up the hips to rotate. Moves back that far. He's got a beautiful spread. Thigh swivel, bend at the knee. A bit of a toe bend. And a beautiful ratcheted ankle pivot. Poseability's really good, and you get more display options if you hook them onto the stand, not included. So make sure you have the MP52 Starscream or the MP41 Dinobot, you brainwashed Transformers fan! Dice comparison time. Here's Modica, Godzilla, Prime, my previous review, the Fans Toys Berserk Not Blitzwing, and Super Ginrai, who I've already transformed for the combination. It's time to form God Ginrai. And here we have God Ginrai. looks great, but not amazing. When I saw his promo pictures, I thought the legs looked a bit thin. Having him in person, nothing's changed. Leg day skipped. It should have been possible to engineer a bulking up feature similar to MP36 Megatron's legs. Hell, they did it with the shoulders here. These tiny tabs are a great idea to keep them in place, but it doesn't work. The shoulder pads also don't work. That's not the only faulty connection. The only thing keeping these gauntlets in place is a single peg and hole, instead of a more stable clasp, clip, or Primus forbid, more than one peg.
Oh, but if the arms were solidly connected, how would his rocket punch feature work?
Do I even need to be here right now?
Pretty cool, stand not included, of course. These are the types of poorly thought out connections I'd expect from Bandai, not Takara. But what I do expect from Takara is some bullshit with the back. At least his shoes fit. As long as everything stays in one piece, it shouldn't be too much of a struggle to pose this guy. You've already seen the majority of the articulation here in my Super Ginrai review, and if you haven't, go check that out. What the hell? But what's new is a swivel here. Wings can flap, his bigger hands have a hinge joint at the thumb, hinge joint at the index finger, and a hinge joint at the rest of his fingers you already know. With the added bulk, it makes more sense that Super Ginrai had a ratcheted waist swivel, but it makes less sense that the ab crunch wasn't ratcheted. And going all the way down to his legs, this part should have really plugged in, and the shoes don't get in the way of the ankle pivot. Poseability is just as good as Super Ginrai's, but with all of this ill-fitting armor, it's a little harder to play with. If you could put up with the shoulders, the backpack, the arms, the fuck, you could get some cool action poses, and use this other stand adapter to get some aerial displays. If you dare. Size comparison time. Here's Modica, Godzilla, and Prime. So while God Ginrai and God Bomber aren't the worst, you can see why I was disappointed. It's a must-have if you're a Super God Master Force fan, bless your heart. But for my uncultured ass, this would have been an easy skip. Takara, what happened? After the excellent Super Ginrai, I was rooting for you hard. What do these poorly designed connections say about the other figures in the MPG line? Rat Trap, Hot Rod, even that Optimus Prime. I give you 7 years of my life, and now you betray me. I treat you like a princess. You stab me in the back. I love you, and I would do anything for you, so please talk to me, please. I'm so fed up with this world. On the topic of companies I feel betrayed by, Bandai, this is your last chance.